So today's archaeological stop for us was one that I had actually never heard of before. This site is the ancient pre-Columbian Mesoamerican site, Monte Albán. Its location is in what would be the current state of Oaxaca in south central Mexico. Oaxaca itself is just an absolutely stunning area of Mexico. Along with the city being incredibly beautiful, I can't recommend coming down to this area enough. And when we came down here, it was pretty much exclusively for the Day of the Dead festivities. So this site came as a complete shock to us because we knew nothing about it before this trip, which is kind of unusual for us. This city was quite large, not as massive as, say, Teotihuacan. Those stairs are proof it was giant aliens, but still very large. During its peak period of population, which would have been right around the turn of the century into our modern Common Era time, from about 100 BCE to about 200 CE, the population had reached between 17 and 18,000 people. All archaeological evidence shows that the site, this whole area, was completely uninhabited before about 500 BCE, and over the next few hundred years, the population had grown to over 5,000 people. From the time between that phase at about 300 BCE to about 100 BCE, the population completely exploded, over tripling in size to nearly 18,000 people. And during this time, it would have been considered one of the largest Mesoamerican cities. Though over the next 500 or so years, by about 1000 CE, the city was slowly becoming more and more abandoned, but did last until around the time of the Spanish conquest. The main center plaza of Monte Albán was absolutely massive, at about 25,000 square feet or so between 6 and 7 acres. So plenty large enough to fit the entire population. If you are coming to Oaxaca, you really cannot miss these ruins. Some of the most impressive I've seen down here in Mexico. And we are about to go underneath one of them.
You can actually go down there?
It looks like it.
No, it's blocked off.
Oh, that's what they think.
It's a wall, Rex. Good job. Go for it.
Maybe it goes up.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go for it.
I'll crawl back in there.
You are so graceful.
Hey, my hand.
Go over there.
It doesn't go up either. I mean, seriously, people, just look at this freaking place. We just sat up there on the grassy hill for freaking 15 minutes or so, just overlooking this city. It was absolutely stunning. And there's my sister halfway up, taking her little breather, and I'm about to commence my climb. I absolutely love that they kept the grass on the side of this hill. It's beautiful. We sat over on the other side for like 10 minutes, just looking out. Don't know which I prefer, but it's beautiful here. Now we're gonna go see what else is up here. Just like the entire site itself surprising us, up here was a complete shock. As when you're approaching this pyramid with the stairs and the hill, you cannot see at all the extent of what is actually on top of this pyramid. Even up here, it's massive, with multiple other little pyramid tops to it. Obviously, they aren't reconstructed and are still mostly rubble. And all of the views completely surrounding you while you're up at this site are just stunning, overlooking the valleys of Oaxaca. Absolutely anytime I walk down a pyramid or temple like this, I feel it's an obligation to record just in case I happen to fall and potentially die. I gotta have the video evidence. Seeing the extreme scale of this city makes it easy to understand why this is considered the most important archaeological site in the area. They have currently cataloged a total of at least 1,200 monuments, buildings, houses, etc. The architecture here is just incredible considering that this is a highly earthquake-prone area, and they knew this and built their buildings to withstand it. This area has been inhabited well over 1,500 years by different people in the area, the Olmecs, the Mixtecs, the Zapotecs. Due to its placement basically in the center of Mexico between the north Teotihuacan area, which was later controlled by the Aztecs, and the south controlled by the Mayans later, you can see a lot of combinations of the civilizations here, be it with the artwork, the inscriptions, the bas-reliefs. This site is really just breathtakingly incredible, and I would rank it up there with Ekbalam and El Tajín as one of the best that I have seen in Mexico so far. La Mom is over there. Oh Jesus! Fuck! I'm gonna die at ruins. That's my goal in life, is to die at ruins.
Oh, you're about to nail it.
Now if you fall, I'll slow your progress.
Almost there, Mom. If you fall, you still break a hip.
Hey, you guys, smile.
The day that's a fucking smile, Mom.
Like, that wasn't even close to the facial expression. I go smile, Mom. She goes.
En que tú naciste, nacieron todas las flores. At the top of the hill on your right, there are some buildings. So it is part of the archaeological site. This is called the zone of monuments at Zompa, which is another hill that belongs to the protected area for Monte Albán. So then we understand that it is a big area. So it is in kilometers, we say it's more than 20 square kilometers.